Hi guys, it's Shannon, and I'm here today to show you this new product. Paul and I were at Toys R Us yesterday and we came across these figures. Actually, we were there looking at Trashies, the trash pack figures, because if you've seen our other videos, you know we like those. But these were a new toy that were placed right next to the Trashies, which is what drew our attention to them. These are the Crashlings, and you can see here it looks similar to the Trashies concept. We have the little figures in here, and what's neat about these is they're like little meteors, little pods, little meteor pods, and it says that they pop and shoot in the air, so we're gonna have to try that and see. But these are Series 1, and I'm gonna turn this over so you can see there are different collections. So you can see we have the aliens, the dinos, the sea life, monsters, and insects. So this pack right here that we're going to open today is the sea life. It's the aliens. This is a 10 pack, and I do want to draw your attention down here. It says there are over 150 to collect, which is pretty cool if you're like Paul and I and like opening up and trying to see how many of a series or a full collection you can get. That's pretty fun that there's 150. So, like I said, this is the Aliens pack. We did get one of every series except for Monsters. They were all sold out of the Monster 10 packs. But we did get a couple of the little, they have like little individual meteors that you can get. So stay tuned for those other videos if you want to see some of the other collections. But let's go ahead and open this one up and see what we got. So I'm just going to set this tripod down here, and we're going to get to opening this. Alright, flip this over, and let me adjust this a little bit so you can see better. Okay, you can see right there on the back of this meteor two of the little surprise guys in there. So let's just see what we have. I'm going to move that to the side. It comes with this pamphlet, and ooh, that's pretty big. On this side it talks about some different games and different things you can do with your Crashlings. And on this side is going to be our checklist. Which is pretty neat. It's a little bit bigger than Trashy checklist, which is nice to me, but you can just see it's broken out again by categories. Sea life and monsters, aliens, the insects, and the dinos. You'll have to let me know down in the comments which one of these collections you think is the neat, whether it's the dinos or the aliens or the monsters. I tend to think I might kind of like the monsters the best myself, but we'll see. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to open these up and hand them off to Paul and see if he can look at the checklist and see who we have here. Now these are all green. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to mention real quick. You can see these meteors are green. Each different collection or type within the collection has a different color. So, your sea life are all going to be blue. Your aliens are going to be green, which that's a pretty neat concept. So here is the first guy. He's really, really neat. He was one of the ones that we could see in the pack. I opened it up now, but I believe you could see 4 or 5 of them, and then the rest are hidden. So I'm going to pass him over to Paul. We're going to see if we can find out who he is. And we're going to look at the next one. Here's our next one. This is our first pack we're opening, so we only have one checklist at this time, so it'll take a little longer to figure out who's who. So I'm going to pass that one off. As Paul figures out who they are, I'll show them to you again and tell you who they are.
Okay, it looks like this is the Terrified Traveler, which is a common.
Alright, so this guy was the Terrified Traveler, and he was a common, as Paul said. Here's another one of our figures.
Crazy Crasher, common.
Okay. If you heard Paul, oh, he does not want to stand. There we go. The Crazy Crasher. And one thing about these, that they're different from trashies, and I know this is a concern for some people, the trashies are squishy and a little bit sticky feeling, and some people don't like that. These are like a hard plastic, like a PVC figure if you're used to collecting those. So if that makes a difference to you, that's important to know about these.
That's the Crashtroid.
All right, there's the Crashtroid. I think he looks like a little peanut or a bean.
Uh-huh.
Was he a common or?
Yes, he's a common, sorry.
Another common. Okay. And we have this guy. I like him.
Okay, that's the Space Rocker. He's a common also.
Okay, the Space Rocker. Let's hope we get something other than commons here. Okay, and here's one of the little meteors.
Okay, this is the Big Bang, and he's an ultra rare.
Okay, the Big Bang Ultra Rare. Now he was one that I think was visible from the outside of the pack, so that's pretty cool. Oh, now we're behind.
Maybe inside those sealed ones, each one.
Okay, now this, I'm looking, there's two guys that were hidden in this piece, but we only have one piece here. There's not a piece that goes with it. I was looking just to make sure I didn't lose it, but it looks like the package said that you get one jumbo popping meteor. So I'm guessing it doesn't have a back to it, because this is going to be the jumbo popping meteor, which we'll look at in a moment. But let's see the guys that were inside. Here's one of them. Little three-eyed alien, always important to have. Let's see if Paul can figure out who he is. Ooh, and look at this one. This one's like a metallic finish, green. He's really cool. I'll tell you, this is the first pack we have opened, like I said, and I'm really impressed with these. I think these look really nice. I think the company did a good job.
I like that they're all like one theme. Each pack has all one theme.
Yeah.
That's the Angry Alien, and that's a common.
Okay. Let's see, here's one of our meteors with a surprise guy inside. Let's see what we got. Oh, this is an all red metallic one. Oh, look at him. He just looks like an angry little alien guy. Look at that. I think he's my favorite so far.
Okay, that's the Crazy Crasher. We got him in common. That little purple guy there. That's a rare one. That metallic finish one, that's a rare one.
So if you heard Paul, that's pretty cool. This one was common, this one was rare. It's the same guy, but he's in a different finish with this like metallic green. So that's pretty neat.
Okay, our metallic red guy, that's the Grumpy Growler, and he's rare also.
Oh, now all my guys are falling over. The Grumpy Growler. I think he's my favorite.
It looks to me, judging by the checklist, it looks to me like all the metallic finishes are going to be rare, and the silver ones are going to be ultra rare, and then there's gold finished ones that are going to be special edition.
Okay.
Or edition especialis.
Good to know. Let's see who's hiding in this one. Whoop. He was eager to get out. He's pretty cool too. He has a really big mouth. Alright, this guy is Chufo. And
he's a common.
He's a common. And we're on to our last meteor. Meteor? Something like that. Wow, another one of these metallic finish ones. Looks like according to the checklist that these are all rares. Look at him. Wow, he's pretty cool. Looks like a dog, like an alien dog.
I think that's Solar Scum. That's what it looks like. Yep, Solar Scum.
Okay, he's Solar Scum. So out of that pack, we ended up with 4 with the metallic finish. The silver, the blue, red, and green. So that's pretty neat. Now let's go ahead and look at these meteors real quick. each one of the smaller ones like this comes in 2 pieces. One half of it is a really hard plastic and the other half is like rubbery. So I'm thinking, let's move these guys back just a little bit. Whoop, whoop. You know there's a game listed on there where you can use the little meteors to bowl down your Crashlings. I'm doing it without the meteor. It looks like you're supposed to bend this inside out and set it down, and it's gonna, wow, it seems like it's gonna it's gonna pop before I set it down. Wow. that really flew. Let's try the jumbo one because that'll be fun, right? So you push it inside out, set it down, and wait for it to go. Maybe.
Wait for it.
Maybe not. Is it going?
I don't see it moving.
Now I'm afraid. One must be too tough. Let's try it again. No? I'm thinking the big one isn't going to work as well. Let's see. Okay, so in the pack, only one of them has the popping. The rest of them are just hard plastic.
Set one of the guys on top of it, like one of the common guys.
Let's try that one again. Well, the little one doesn't want to stay, and the big one won't go. Whoa! Okay, it says they shoot up to 4 feet high. I'm thinking they were right. Let's try putting a guy on here. Nope. I think the big one is a flop. It seems to be a little bit too strong. Maybe if you bend it inside out a bunch, it'll get less tight and then work. Not really sure. All right, well, that one doesn't seem to be working, but the little one sure does shoot pretty high. And another one of the things that they talked about doing is, of course, you can take one of your meteors and you can go bowling for Crashlings. I guess you fight against friends and stuff. Now Paul's playing with the small one in the background. There we go. He's having fun with that one. Whoa, whoa, there went the big one. So, well, there you go. It does work. Just delayed reaction, so it surprises you. You don't know when it's going to happen. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Go ahead and leave a comment down below and let me know which one of the different collections you think you will like best. And if you have any questions, go ahead and leave those too, and we'll try to answer them. Thanks for watching. Bye.